Hi, shalom friends. They tell a story of a small town in the south where there were two fellows unemployed, had nothing to do with themselves. So they used to hang out in front of the hardware store. The owner asked them to leave, they didn't, so he called the police. The police come and arrest both of them. They stand in front of the judge, and the judge turns to the first guy and he says, "Do you know why you're here?" He said, I don't know. I didn't do anything. He says, "Well, that's exactly why you're here." He said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He says, "Don't you know there's a sign that says no loitering?" So he says, "It's a crime?" He said, "Absolutely. To stand and to sit in front of a store without buying anything is a crime." Then he turns to the second guy. He says, "And what do you know why you were arrested?" He said, I don't know." He said, "Well, what were you doing with your friend?" He said, "I was helping him." And hi friends, that's the end of the joke. How do you help a person do nothing? Here's a story, loitering. One person is doing nothing, the second one is helping him do nothing, and the third person is helping him do, and we live in such a world where so many people are doing nothing productive, and the rest of the people are assisting. And if you're assisting nothingness, you become part of the nothingness. So I'll be very brief today. There's a beautiful midrash that tells us that when God created all of the creatures, each one of them was given a method to avoid being captured or hurt. To one he gave talents, to another he gave speed, to a third he gave poison, to a fourth he gave a porcupine. And as the Medrash continues, and when he created the dove, it was a small pudgy little thing with small tiny feet. So the dove complained and said, "Almighty God, I can't run very fast. How am I going to run away from my enemies?" So God gave it wings. But the dove then said, "God, I can't run very fast without these two heavy things on my back. Why did you make it worse?" And Hashem says to the dove, "It's not a burden. They're called wings. When you move them, not only will you be protected, but you'll be higher than your enemies." And my friends, this is the idea of Torah and mitzvahs. We have two choices in front of us. We could do nothing and help someone else do nothing. And God forbid, the most productive years and times of our life go away with zero. Or we could have the wings that God already gave us. He gave us intelligence, He gave us a heart, He gave us health, He gives us community, He gives us family, and so on and so forth. Mostly, He gives of Himself. God says, "I'm with you." But what you have to do is flap those wings, not carry it as a burden, but use it and utilize it. There used to be a advertisement for a type of a institution, and the byline was, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste." How about a life? Shalom, friends. Let's get to work.